I struggled with being the fat kid my whole life, bro. When I was in 8th grade, so I actually hit my growth spurts young. So I I don't even I like to believe that it was a law of attraction ordeal, and this is probably where realized I was a really competitive motherfucker. Because when I was in preschool, like I don't know if you have any memories from when you're 3. You ever randomly like remember childhood memories from like 3 or 4?
Yeah.
So I remember I went to preschool and I was so scared of like these new people because up until that point in my life, I'd only been around my parents, right? And I'd been at home. And now I have to go to school during the day. It's preschool. It's this random ass lady. I remember thinking that lady who's the preschool teacher, her name was Mrs. Wells. I thought she reminded me of the villain from Power Rangers, and that was like my favorite show as a kid. So I would intentionally just like ignore her. If she spoke to me, I wouldn't make eye contact with her, and I wouldn't look at her, and I wouldn't acknowledge the fact that she was speaking to me. And I remember my parents got pissed at her because she tried to schedule like a meeting, private meeting. She came to my house and everything and was telling my parents, like, I think Patrick has learning disabilities and he's also deaf. And my parents are like, bitch, are you crazy? This motherfucker is not deaf. We've lived with this kid ever since he was born. He is not deaf. And I remember my dad got pissed at her. But so anyways, what was I saying about fucking this is the weed, bro? I forgot the whole point of the fucking preschool story. Oh, yeah. So the height. I remember they had this big ass piece of paper that they taped to the wall and they measured the height of every kid in my class. And this is the first time I'm interacting with this many kids at once. And I remember my height was like right in the middle of the pack. And I was like looking forward to being the tallest because I saw the tallest person in class. Like the teacher's like, oh, you're tall. And I was like, oh, instant status. You get validation if you're tall. And I was so bummed that I was in the middle of the pack as a 3-year-old that literally the next time they measured our height that year, I was the tallest kid in class. And I was the tallest kid all the way through until high school in my class. And so I hit my growth spurts young. And I don't know if that was just because I like willed my way into growing. But when I was in 8th grade, I was 6'1" and I was 250 pounds and I was fat as
Wow.
fuck. And I remember my dad, my whole dream, my whole life was to go to the NBA. And my dad was like, you know, if you're 300 pounds, you're never going to go play in the NBA. And he said that to me in 6th grade. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to get 300 pounds. Well, come 8th grade, I'm 250 and I'm fat as fuck and I'm still wanting to play basketball. And I played basketball every day. And so I just kind of told myself, I'm going to go on a diet. And so at the time I was eating a hell of a lot of junk food. I just stopped eating junk food and I stopped drinking soda. And like my parents would also take me to McDonald's and Burger King pretty much every day. And so whenever they would make me go there for my next meal, rather than getting a burger and fries and soda, I would get water and just fries, no burger and no soda. And so in that process, literally in one summer, at the end of 8th grade, I was 250. Freshman year, I was 170. Nobody even recognized me. And so ever since then, I've maintained my figure, if you will. But yeah, man, it's interesting to hear like how you and I both had struggled with our weight similar early on. And then you almost got to wonder, did that affect us on a confidence level with women to the point where we had to overcome it? And then we eventually got so good to where we wanted to be dating coaches. Maybe that's the formula, bro. If you're fat, you can become a dating coach.